Did you know the USA doesn't actually have an official language? Surprised, you think it's English, right? Well, stick around, because today we're uncovering 5 mind-blowing facts about the United States that will make you see the country in a whole new light. From strange laws to massive landscapes, you won't believe what's coming up. Let's dive in. Let's get right into it with our first fact, the one I hinted at in the intro. The United States has no official language at the federal level, while English is overwhelmingly the most common language spoken, and it's the de facto language for government and business. It's never been legally declared the nation's official tongue. Over 350 languages are spoken across the country, making it a true melting pot of cultures and voices. States like Hawaii have both English and Hawaiian as official languages, and others have designated English, but nationally, nope. Compare that to Canada, which has both English and French as official languages, or India with its 22 official languages. This linguistic diversity is a core part of the American identity, reflecting its long history of immigration from every corner of the globe. It's as a reminder that America's strength has always come from the many voices that make up its story. Ready for fact number 2? It's a big one, literally. The state of Alaska is so gigantic that it's more than twice the size of Texas, the second largest state. But here's the truly wild part. Alaska is so wide that it stretches across 3 time zones. Even crazier, it's the most northern, most western, and most eastern state in the US. You might be thinking, eastern, how is that possible? Well, Alaska's Aleutian Islands stretch so far west that they actually cross the 180-degree longitude line, putting them into the eastern hemisphere. So, technically, you can be in the easternmost part of the United States and be standing on a remote Alaskan island. It's a geographical paradox that messes with your mind and shows just how vast and unique the American landscape is. Next time someone talks about the size of Texas, you can casually drop this little nugget of knowledge. Alright, on to fact number 3, and this one is for all the foodies out there. The United States is the world's largest consumer and producer of corn. We're talking about a colossal amount. The US produces about 40% of the world's entire corn supply. That's more than China and Brazil combined. But here's the kicker. Most of this corn isn't what we eat at our summer barbecues. Only about 1% of the corn grown in the US is sweet corn, the kind you eat on the cob. A huge portion, around 40%, is used for ethanol fuel to power cars. Another 36% goes into animal feed for cattle, pigs, and chickens. The rest is processed into things like high-fructose corn syrup starches and oils that find their way into thousands of food products. So, while America runs on corn, it's not in the way you might think. It's in our gas tanks, our steak, and our sodas. Let's move on to our fourth fact, which is all about the green stuff. And I don't just mean money. The US National Park System is an absolute treasure. It began in 1872 with the creation of Yellowstone, the world's first national park. Today, there are 63 designated national parks, from the swamps of the Everglades in Florida to the deserts of Death Valley in California. But the park system is much bigger than that. In total, there are over 420 sites managed by the National Park Service, including national monuments, seashores, battlefields, and historic sites. These protected areas cover more than 84 million acres. To put that in perspective, that's an area larger than the entire country of Germany. This commitment to preserving natural beauty and history is one of America's greatest legacies. It ensures that future generations can experience the same awe-inspiring landscapes that have captivated people for centuries. So if you haven't visited one, you're missing out on a piece of the American soul. And now for our 5th and final fact. And it's a quirky one that highlights the sheer scale and sometimes absurdity of American infrastructure. There are more vacant houses in the United States than there are homeless people. Let that sink in. According to recent data, there are millions of vacant homes across the country for various reasons, like being for sale, for rent, or just sitting empty. At the same time, hundreds of thousands of people experience homelessness on any given night. It's a complex issue, tied to economics, housing markets, and social policies. But the raw statistic is startling. It's a paradox of abundance and scarcity existing side by side. This fact isn't meant to be a simple criticism, but rather a fascinating and sobering look at the challenges and contradictions within a developed nation. It opens up important conversations about resource allocation and community support. So there you have it, 5 facts about the USA that I hope gave you a fresh perspective. From its linguistic diversity and geographical extremes to its agricultural might and the paradoxes within its society. The United States is a country of immense scale, complexity, and endless surprises. It's a place where you can be in the eastern and western hemispheres at the same time, where the national language isn't official, and where corn fuels cars more than people. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this journey of discovery, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating world we live in. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.